Okay, so I was here editing the video and I really quickly just wanted to apologize for some of the video quality. A lot of this project was needed to be in large chunks of time, which for me is a little bit hard to come by. And so I was a bit rushed for a fair amount of this, and I wasn't really able to check the video footage beforehand until now. And I'm realizing that some of the video clips I'm kind of cropping off the top of my head and sometimes my eyes, which is not the ideal scenario. So I just wanted to quickly apologize for that and know that I will be working on the future. A lot of the recording is done with my phone here, so I don't have a screen to see like what I'm actually filming. So again, I apologize for that. I still want to get the video up because I still feel like it's good content to get out and I will learn from it. But again, sorry, and anyways, here's the video. Alright, so today I'm going to try something a little different. It's not really electronics based or program based, it's more of just DIY, which I'm still doing on this channel. So basically, I've been recently in the past year, I've been playing hockey and I've been playing goalie. And one of the games I saw someone who had a painted like pink hockey stick, and I thought, that'd be kind of cool to have my own goalie stick that'd be kind of custom. And so I got a hockey stick here, and I'm going to try and customize it. So I'm going to be using spray paints. I got everything here that I need. I'm going to be using spray paint just because it's a little bit easier and cheaper for me to do. I'm not looking for perfection. I'm just kind of curious and want to see if this works. So one of the other reasons why I've been wanting to do this is recently I haven't really had any projects that I can finish in a day or two. And so my plan is I can do this in a few days. Today will be sanding it and just covering it black, and then tomorrow I'll have more time to come out and actually do the detail on it. So fingers crossed that we can stick to that goal. The first step here I'm going to do is I'm going to sand this off, and then I'm going to cover this in a black base coat, and then we'll go from there. Alright, so I took out some basic 320 grit sandpaper, I believe. I'm just going to go over this and just kind of rough it up a bit. I've never really done spray painting. I've seen videos of other people doing it, but I've never personally done it. So this will be a learning experience for me as well. But yeah, hopefully I don't mess it up too bad, and let's get to it. So I sanded it, and I'm currently cleaning it off. And it's interesting to note that this is very fine. Like the green that I sanded this with is very fine. So there's a lot of dust and stuff that I'm cleaning off. But a lot of the stuff on top here, you can see it's like chipping away. It looks like it's just paint on the surface, like even here. So even still, it looks like the stick itself just has paint on the surface, which is kind of coming off with the sandpaper. So it's kind of interesting to note. But I'm going to finish cleaning off all the dust on this and get it prepped to get the base coat on. Okay, so we've done 2 layers of the black, which is actually, it's both a primer and a black, which is new to me. I know you do primer and then whatever, but again, our first time spray painting. There are some spots you can see where we're not as good, but honestly, wow, this won't focus at all. But anyways, honestly, for our first time, I'm pretty happy with it. Look at the other side. I don't know how well the camera will pick up on this. Probably not at all. Oh, you can sort of see it. But you can see down the shaft there, you can see some spots there where it's starting to like kind of smear, I don't know what the technical term is, bubble, or either way, where it's kind of liquefying down. So we're not perfect, but honestly, for what we're doing, it's not bad. So I'm going to go ahead and do one more coat, and then it'll probably be good enough to let it sit for a day, and then come back tomorrow and do like the smaller design and decal stuff. Alright, so it's the next day. I am out here. I'm ready to do the other color coats. I spent the last 2-ish hours trying to figure out the design I wanted to do on the hockey stick with the other colors, and I wanted to do something much more complex, but this is kind of what I had to settle for. The more complex I got was a shamrock there, but other than that, I had to go kind of with more of block and line stuff. Honestly, it's just I don't have any good stenciling material, so this is kind of the best I had to do. I'm choosing painter's tape, and then on the back I'm just kind of have a single solid line down it, and then I'm also going to have color be on the sides here and up at the top, so I just kind of covered this up there. yeah, so my plan now is to I have two colors, green and a sea glass. Make sure you pull them out here. Alright, so the colors are green here and then sea glass, just guess-ish. They kind of match, they kind of don't match. They worked better for my original idea, which was going to be more of a like electronics, like PCB design-ish, where that shamrock would have been like the CPU in the middle, and then there would have been like traces coming off of it and doing something like that. However, that kind of just got too complex and just had enough time to do it. So my current plan is to have the green be the shamrock and then the two stripes there. The sea glass will be the arrows, and then it will basically be the rest of it, so the accent around it. And then the back stripe will be green as well. So I guess I'm going to start with the green, and I'll cover up the other bits, and then we'll kind of go from there. So fingers crossed this somehow works out. And also, sorry for the no footage of me actually spray painting. It's kind of hard for me to get video of me spray painting and do it at the same time. So I'll try my best here to do it to film some while I'm spray painting, but more than likely it won't be that great of footage. But anyways, let's start it up. Alright, so I don't know if you can hear, but as I start talking, the board falls over. But I don't know if you can hear, but I'm actually playing against the wind right now. Today is actually a decently bit windy. I don't really have a secluded area to do this painting without being in the wind. And I don't really have another day to do this other than right now. So I'm trying my best here to like wait in between the gusts of wind and also change up the box I'm using here to spray paint to like actually block stuff. Luckily, all the stuff I'm painting is down here now, so we're in better shape. But yeah, it's been a struggle. So for the coats of paint, the black we did 3 coats, and we waited about 10 minutes between each coat. And then right now for the green, I'm gonna do the same thing. This will probably end up needing more coats than just on a base black coat, but current plan is to keep doing it until it looks good and go from there. Yeah, this wind is kind of annoying, and I'm pretty sure it's because of where I am. I'm in like a funnel, and as that plane goes over by, I'm pretty sure that this wind is only occurring right here because what's around me, I'm in between like 4 houses and some trees, and they're decently close enough together to where I think it's just funneling the wind, the little wind that there is, and just funneling it through into this area and just causing it to swirl right here. Which also why I'm wearing these glasses, because the spray paint was swirling up and getting up, so I put these on. Not that, even though I probably should be wearing them even still, but there's not that much wind elsewhere I'm looking around, so I'm pretty sure it's just where I am right now is causing more wind to happen. But fingers crossed it's still going to work out, and I guess I'll get to the next coat. I'll probably end up doing 4 or 5 of the green. And then I'll probably end up waiting half an hour-ish for the green to dry enough to where I can then switch and do the sea glass. So I'll continue. Okay, so I literally just applied the 5th coat. I ended up doing 5 coats because the first one got messed up. However, I think the rest of them I'll probably do 3 or 4 since I'm more aware of the wind. You can start to see on this one that it's not doing the best on the tape. Tape's kind of, I think it's holding, maybe not. I can't quite tell, we'll see. But I'm hoping that it still looks good when I take the tape off. So I'm gonna actually let this sit for like more like 30 minutes because I'm on a bit of a time crunch. The cans, I was looking over the cans. The cans do say that it dries in 10 minutes or less, which, well, whatever. So I'll give it more like 30 minutes and kind of go from there. So I'll have to cover up this. I don't think I need to cover the back. I might do cover up a little bit in the back. But I need to cover up this, and then we'll uncover the other parts, and then we'll go ahead and spray paint the other ones up. Again, I'll do like 3 or 4 coats. So I'll see you guys in a bit. Okay, so I finished up the sea gloss color on the stick. I ended up doing 5 coats as well, again because of the wind and also because of the fact that this is a much lighter color going onto a darker background, so I want to make sure it covered it all and doesn't really get overwhelmed by the black, if that makes sense. So you can see here, obviously I got the 2 like arrows down here, the 2 arrows up there, and then I have the main stripe up the side here, or up the, I guess, the middle of the stick, and then this side. However, this back side, well, the back side is taped, but however, this back side, sorry, here, this back side is left black as it was. Alright, so it's actually 2 days after I finished painting my hockey stick. I had to rush towards the end of it with the clear coats. I didn't really apply as many clear coats as I wanted to, but because of the time and stuff, I kind of had to rush and do it and clean everything up. But the stick has been done, it's been drying for a few days, and honestly, for having never spray painted anything before and being a little bit rushed and just given all the circumstances, I think it actually turned out pretty decently. So this is the stick here. I have a game tonight, which is why all my stuff is out. But it, from a distance, it actually looks decently clean. I mean, obviously, like the top things here, they're not perfectly symmetrical. They're not perfect, which again, with painter's tape, I wasn't really expecting it to be perfect. So from a distance, it actually looks pretty good. And then you can see the sides there where the sea gloss is there. You notice I forgot to actually like smooth that edge at the top so it's a straight line, but whatever. Again, not really the point. But if you get up close, though, you'll notice that it gets very rough on the edges. Wow, and the camera doesn't really do it justice either. The edges are pretty rough. Like on camera, that shamrock looks a lot better than it really is. And that's more just because I don't know. Maybe I applied too many layers of paint. Maybe I didn't wait enough for it to dry. Or maybe I just didn't do something correctly, and that's just because I just don't know. So if I were to do this again, I would probably look up into more of stenciling and trying to figure out what's the right thing to do or what can I do better. But honestly, for a first go and a first try, I'm actually pretty happy with it. I wouldn't be surprised if we do this again in the future. Again, like I said, I got a game tonight, so we'll see how well the paint holds up in a game. But yeah, so I'm planning to do a follow-up video in the future where I kind of fully break down what I did for the stick, what went well, what didn't go well, and as well as how it holds up after some use. So you can kind of watch out for that in the future. But for this video though, I think that's probably going to do it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. Thank you for watching, and peace out. See you next time.